llamo Gia. I am a Spanish teacher. I've been learning Spanish for a very long time. I learned Spanish as a second language when I was younger in high school, and I fell in love with it. It came really easy to me. And today I want to share with you some tips and tricks for how to train your listening skills in Spanish. One of the more challenging things to learn as you're learning Spanish is how to listen in Spanish. It doesn't come very easy, and you have to kind of train your brain as you would when you are learning how to write. So today I want to share with you 3 listening resources that you can use to become fluent in Spanish. Number 3 is the Language Reactor Chrome extension. And this is an extension that only works for Chrome, and you can download it to your computer. So when you open YouTube or Netflix, it will take the native language and it will translate it into the native subtitles, and then below it, it will translate it into English. So it's nice because you can see bilingual subtitles instead of the one language subtitles. My number 2 listening resource is the Radio Garden app. And this is a free app that allows you to chime in to any radio across the world. And it is awesome because you can choose to listen to a radio station in Mexico City, for example, or you can listen to a radio in Buenos Aires. I'm currently going to Buenos Aires here soon, and so I've been listening to a radio station in Buenos Aires just to practice my pronunciation, to practice my Argentine dialect that needs to be trained. Finally, my number 1 resource is the Spanish Duolingo podcast. I really love this podcast because they take native speakers with real stories that are interesting, and they take the native level Spanish and they dilute it down to intermediate Spanish or beginner Spanish. And this is really great as well because when you're listening to authentic material, sometimes it can be very overwhelming, especially when you're just beginning and you don't really understand the gist of everything. So it is an awesome resource because they also chime in with English so that you don't get completely lost throughout the podcast. I find that the stories are really incredible, they're uplifting, and they're really great heartfelt stories as well. The podcast also offers free transcripts on their website, and I love to go back through after I've listened to a podcast, and I like to reread it as well. Now, these are 3 resources that you can use on your laptop or on your computer. And so what about when you are face-to-face with a native speaker and you're trying to practice listening face-to-face? One of the biggest tips that I can offer you is trying to listen and read people's lips when they are speaking. Just like how you would in English, when you are looking at someone's facial expressions and looking at their lips, it helps a lot. I really hope these listening resources helped you just like they did for me. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and share with your friends who are learning el español. I will see you later. Adios. Ciao.